Hello, my name is Graham Davies, a Senior Engineer at Carbonetix. Our core expertise is energy efficiency, and we're here to make saving energy easy. We've had the pleasure of working in partnership with the Murrindindi Shire Council to deliver a project that sets the foundation for a successful energy management plan. During this video, we aim to demonstrate how and why energy audits are an important first step, learning about opportunities that benefit the environment, but also importantly, reduce costs. Before I talk more about the audits, Zoe Stevens, the Council's Coordinator for Environmental Programs, will tell you some more about why we're doing this project.
A 2009 inventory of corporate greenhouse gas emissions showed that the Murrindindi Shire Council's buildings account for approximately 35% of its overall carbon footprint. Since then, the Council's building stock has expanded, and therefore buildings are an important area for Council to reduce its environmental impact.
Well, this project's important for the Council because it gives us a baseline from which we can look at our energy use and to see how well we are applying efficiency measures down the track. Council has a whole wide range of buildings, from libraries to offices to warehouses, and it's important that we understand the energy use there for a couple of reasons. Primarily, I suppose, from the ratepayer's perspective, it's to ensure that we're being efficient in our energy use, that we're minimising our costs, but also it sets a good example for the rest of the community on how to manage the use of energy, and also to provide guidelines on how they can make better use of energy in their own homes and businesses.
Council's environment strategy has helped guide the organisation in this task. The strategy commits to a number of actions aimed at reducing Council's corporate energy consumption and greenhouse gas emissions. One action the Council commits to undertaking within this strategy is an energy management program for Council's buildings. This project has conducted energy audits on 7 of Council's highest energy consuming buildings. These audits have established patterns of existing energy use and identified opportunities to save energy. This knowledge raises awareness both in and outside of Council about opportunities of improving energy efficiency. Enjoy the journey as we share what we have found with you.
An energy audit provides a snapshot of a building's energy performance, as well as identifying opportunities to reduce energy and associated greenhouse gas emissions and costs. The buildings audited for the purposes of this project are those that are well utilised and therefore have moderate to high energy use. They include the Alexandra Municipal Offices, Library, Shire Hall and Council Chambers, as well as the community centres in Kinglake and Marysville. The audits assessed heating and cooling, lighting, appliances, and considered the impact of the building design and potential for renewable energy, such as solar power and solar hot water. For most buildings, heating and cooling accounts for the highest proportion of energy use, followed by lighting and then other equipment, including refrigeration, white goods, printers, copiers and computers. However, this varies from building to building depending on where it is, the building's age and design, how often it is occupied, and what it is used for. Here are some examples of what was found during the building audits. The majority of heating and cooling systems for the municipal offices are old, inefficient, and operate on a high ozone-depleting refrigerant. In the future, a complete system upgrade is an opportunity to improve energy efficiency by up to 30% and reduce maintenance. In the interim, energy savings can be achieved by simply adjusting control settings such as time and temperature parameters. Here in the municipal offices, I'm going to take some light readings and see how they compare to the Australian lighting standards. After a few readings, the average light reading is around 700 lux, over double the standard. Energy can be saved by delamping, which simply removes a lamp from each fixture. So John, this is an LED tube, and I noticed during the audit that these have been installed in your lunchroom, which is fantastic because it means you're already taking steps to save energy. I've got an LED tube here, which has got all the little LEDs down here. It's the same length as a fluorescent tube, but it puts out much less, uses less power. And by putting an LED tubing, the wattage of the lamp goes down to 20 watts. So it's almost a 50% saving, so it's fantastic. Here in the original library building is one of many timber frame sash windows, common in heritage buildings. A combination of thin glass and drafty frames means these windows contribute to significant heat losses. Retrofit double glazing can be installed to improve performance, which is achieved by installing a secondary pane of glass or perspex on the inside of the frame. This can reduce heat losses by up to 60% and costs half the cost of installing new double glazed windows. Here in the new library area you can see halogen downlights, which run with a 50 watt lamp on a 12 volt supply. A simple retrofit can reuse the existing fittings with a 10 watt LED lamp, providing comparable lighting and reducing energy consumption by up to 80%. Council has already started installing LEDs as the old lamps fail.
The project will also develop a business case for any improvements that we want to make to reduce our energy consumption, and that has a number of benefits to it. It'll allow us to fully assess those initiatives before we implement them, get a sense of what resources we need to put in place to implement those initiatives, but also understand the payback to council in terms of both financially, but also in terms of its lowering of greenhouse gas emissions and pollution and so forth associated with the use of those resources.
As you can see, the energy audits provide a strong case to make decisions because they account for the cost and benefits of managing energy wisely. Decisions that consider environmental, economic and social impacts over the long term are important, especially in a future where energy prices will continue to rise and environmental concerns around global greenhouse gas emissions and climate change continue to challenge government, industry and community.
The sort of insights that we can bring to the staff and to the community, but firstly with the staff, there's those sorts of things where people will start to become more aware of energy use, and in their day-to-day activities will start to consider, are they making best use of the energy resources that they're employing. I think too it'll be wider in that as staff members take on those sort of attitudes, they'll start to apply them in their own homes.
To have energy efficiency as one of the major considerations, I think we could demonstrate better leadership within the organisation in terms of energy efficiency, but also leadership amongst the community. You know, if we can convey to the community the steps we're taking to be more responsible in the use of natural resources for the betterment of the environment, hopefully also for reducing costs of running local government, then that would be a terrific outcome.
These are important challenges to address if we want to create sustainable futures for our communities. Every organisation, business and individual can play a role. There are many ways of doing things differently to the way that we do them now. The energy audits have found numerous examples of ways to improve energy use in buildings.
It's possible that big savings can be made through power choices made by our staff, such as the simple thing as turning off a computer when leaving a desk, turning off a light when leaving an office, when rooms are not in use.
Across Murrindindi Shire and beyond, there are many businesses and households and community groups already taking the challenge of being more resourceful, not only in buildings, but in other activities such as waste disposal, transportation, even agriculture. We hope this short video has helped better understand what Council is doing and how this project will play a bigger role in setting up our organisation to manage energy in a more smarter way.
And of course we need to make sure we make best use of the energy to ensure that we minimise our greenhouse gas emissions and to leave a better world for our children and grandchildren.
Thank you for your time today. We hope you have found this video informative. Increasing demand on energy resources alongside rising energy prices means we all need to take responsibility for our energy use. Carbonetix are committed to this cause and look forward to the great results that are achieved through this project and the Murrindindi Shire Council's wider energy management program.